Hi everyone, my name is Alina. I'm doing channeling and I'm intuitive guide. First, sip of coffee, of course. Hello. Today when I woke up, I decided to go on a walk. Then I had my breakfast and coffee and I decided, okay, let's do some kind of experiment and let's live this week like a full cycle of 7 days where I rely on just on my feelings and I rely on just my intuitive skills, and I'm gonna try to read and scan what each day means actually for me. So since I'm doing channeling, I can read the energy and the space, the quantum field, whatever people call it. It doesn't matter. What is really matter is just the core, what you feel, and where it leads you. And I work with the people, of course, and I also have some benefits of it. I use it in my daily life to just live a better life. Okay. And today I woke up and I realized, okay, this week is going to be interesting because, first of all, I have so much inner resources, which I can use, for example, and also start doing something already in English. And that's why actually the part of this I'm recording this video. And we have 7 day cycle, and today is day number 1. And even if we have a 7 day cycle, in this cycle we have a smaller cycle which represented by each day. So within the one cycle of 7 days, we have small cycles within a one day. So Monday is also cycle, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we have 7 cycles in one cycle, let's say. Of course, we have then a month, then we have a season, then we have a year, but it's a bigger cycles. I do an experiment just with the 7 day cycles where each day represents something. And I don't know. So for now, I'm just having this idea that every day is going to be slightly different, but within the main idea, within the core of this week. And the core of this week for me, just for me, I'm talking about me. For me, it's about that I have enough inner resources and then I need to train to do something with my English accounts, for example. I gonna work, for example. It's not about inner process. It's not about inner reshape or rewiring, whatever. It's not about closing. It's not about letting go. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm full of resources. Changes already done before, and what I need to do now is just do some actions. Just start doing right now. And today is a Monday. But then here comes the difference. So we have this core, and this core, we see this core in every day during the 7 days. So let's see. So today is day number 1, and we're gonna talk about Monday. Okay, so today is Monday, and today, for example, that I feel that I don't need actually to be super active and I don't need to do like so many actions, because without today, Tuesday, for example, is going to be chaos. So what I did today already, I was journaling a lot, actually, a lot. And when I was journaling, I was writing some topics in which I'm interested this week. I was writing, okay, which priorities I have for this week, what I want to implement, for example, what I wanted to do. Because without any plan, it doesn't matter where you go, but without plan, it makes no sense, because every actions would be just a chaotic sequence of actions. But when you understand where you go, and this understanding goes not from the random ideas, but a deep understanding who you are, your inner world, then it actually makes sense. So I would rather recommend people who really start working on Monday and they have this 5 days and they need to be super focused on Monday. Maybe try to start Monday slowly as it possible and as you can, because first try to deal with your inner world, because Monday, for example, in general for me, and I think for other people, it's just more about inner world. I think if I'm not wrong, Mondays is also related to the moon, and moon is about our inner world and how, and also the reality shapes by itself, but the reality that we see is made from the inner world. So what is inner, then we have it outside in a physical world. So for me today was Monday, just to understand where I go, just how I feel, for example, to realize, okay, I feel great. I have resources. Well, I need to move on. I need to do something. And then I will just continue doing my planning for today, just kind of setting intention or starting a new project, but slowly, not so fast. And from tomorrow is gonna be crazy day. It's gonna be a full of work, lots of work. I'm sure. I have a feeling of it. But Monday actually was great, and today I think now is already kind of the middle of the day. I think it's already 2 p.m., something like that, 3 p.m. And the main work is done for today. Planning, self-reflection, journaling, and then I'm just slightly start working because of course I'm working. So it was today. So kind of recommendation for you if you start your Monday. No matter what you do in your life, but start your Monday as slow as you can and as slow as it's possible. By slow, I mean try to be connected with yourself. The connection with yourself start from with your body, with the journaling also. It's great. Try to be more in dialogue with yourself and not with interaction with the other people, because when you involve yourself in some communication with other people or with the reality with work or whatever, you focus on the outer but not inside. And for Monday it's important to be with yourself, because when you have a chaos inside your heart, inside your energy system, inside your head, everything that's related to the inner chaos, you're gonna see it in reality in the outer world. It's not okay. So on Monday it's great just to have sometimes, and especially good in the morning, just for yourself, when you get in reconnect with yourself. And actually every day it's great to do small reconnection with who you are, what you like. That's why people usually don't recommend when you wake up just to scroll your phone, because then it's not great. It's just not great. It's like eating junky food exactly when you just woke up. It's not just great for your mental state, for your heart state, soul state. It's just not great. So let's say Monday feels like morning. At the moment when you need to be reconnected again with yourself and try to put also some intentions for the week. For example, it's great to do that. You can also, it's great, for example, to set intention for the day, but you can also do it for the week and it's gonna work, I promise. What else? So take Monday. So if we do these parallels, okay? So every day we have a morning, then we have pretty active period of time when we work, when we are busy, then we just slowing down. So this day cycle is related also to the week cycle, because Monday usually is like morning when you start your day, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is mostly about this active part of the day, when you work, when you communicate, when you engage, when you just interact with other people. And then Friday, it slowly feels like kind of we coming to the evening, some joyful moments, maybe some pleasure, maybe some great moments. And then Saturday and Sunday, it's not, we are not there. I'm gonna say it about this later. So this was everything about Monday. I don't know, maybe it helped you somehow to understand why maybe you're not that productive on Monday, because I think people you most of the time productive more on Tuesday and on Wednesday than on Monday. Monday it feels like, come on, put yourself together, and you just put pressure on yourself because you're not productive as you want, as you need, as you have to. But it's not work. You need to just first of all be in a great connection with yourself, and then everything is gonna work. But I know some people who work in the companies, for example, 5 days per week, it's a bit different because you need to fit in the schedule. That's why I started to be reconnected. Or in the morning on Monday, or maybe Sunday evening, but still Sunday evening, it's kind of feels in between two cycles. If you don't have any other options, maybe you can try, but it still would be different. And I also decided to take some notes about my outfits during the week because I usually choose my outfits by inner feeling, how I want to feel today, and if my clothes reflect how I feel today. So it's interesting fact because today I'm also wearing kind of comfy outfit to stay just with myself and be with myself. And today I wear just, as you see, just a basic outfit, but also kind of cute. It's not about negotiation, not about shining bright. It just was just for me comfortable, comfortable outfit, and that was my bag also. Yes, let's see what's gonna be on Tuesday. So it's the end of the Monday, and I would say that this day was definitely was about inner world because in the evening I was working with my students because I have a course and I'm teaching people how to deal with the psychic abilities with the awakening. And when I was trying to talk about technical stuff, we we weren't there where we meant to be. But when we started to move forward to the inner world, everything was just perfect. And I would not go to details, but anyway, Monday was definitely about something that was going on inside us. I had a great day. Maybe not everything that I planned for today I managed, but let's see what's going on tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to see what's going on tomorrow because at least I know what I need to do, and I already have some plans. They already start from early morning, so it's almost 11 p.m. and I'm just like, I'm just going to sleep and see you tomorrow on Tuesday, and let's see what's going on tomorrow. Bye. So it's Tuesday, it's 11 p.m., and I'm so tired that I just will go sleep right after recording this video. And as I thought yesterday, when I was doing the videos about Monday and my kind of prediction about Tuesday, actually, it was right. Today was extremely productive day. I didn't finish everything I wanted, but I finished lots of things that I supposed to do. And today I was super structured. I also was focused, structure, productive, and it felt like more male energy would say. It was not about my inner world, it was more about outer, it was more about actions, for example, it was more about understanding, dealing with a task, and also dealing with some problems that appeared. And I didn't have really time uh, to spend some time with me, for example, and even the outfit that I picked today, it was just so random because first of all, I didn't want to think a lot about this, about outfit, and the second one, it's warm in Berlin, so I just took a first dress that I saw, and I didn't need to style it because kind of the dress was enough for this day. And here we are. It's 11 p.m. I finished work, I think, an hour ago, and then I had just a quick dinner, light dinner, and here I am, super tired. Tomorrow is going to be interesting because it feels more about communication, but let's see tomorrow. I know that Tuesday, I don't remember exactly which planet it's related. Tuesday, I mean, but I'm pretty sure it's related to some kind of planets that have this more male energy and more about actions and going into the world and showing yourself, but mostly everything related to work, tasks, work, um, busy life, I would say. And it's really funny and interesting that today I didn't have really time just to sit and have even a few minutes to talk about this day. It was every time it was something in between, and even in between, even if I had lunch or breakfast, for example, I still had something to do, and answering some messages or arranging meetings or dealing with a task, and it was funny. I enjoyed this day. My phone switched off. I will continue shortly. So today I was really structured. Also, in communication with the people, I didn't want to dive or just talking about nothing, literally. I was trying to be focused during the whole day. And it was interesting because it's not something that I planned. It was something that I felt I needed to do. It was just a pure feeling when you just like, when you go with the flow, but you also have the feeling of a flow and you have a feeling of your own timing, even if it's related to work. So it was an incredible day, and it's absolutely an experience for me to go in flow in life, even during your day, and do not, because I don't have any schedule for this week at all, no plan, nothing, just a pure experiment of going with the flow and understanding every moment where I need to go and what I need to do. So let's see on Wednesday. For tomorrow, for example, I planned already salsa, and it feels the whole day is about interaction with the other people. So let's see tomorrow. See you. So we have Wednesday today, and it's also funny that the way how I do this video kind of reflects the whole day and the whole energy, that the flow, the feeling of this day. I think yesterday I mentioned that today is going to be about interaction with the other people, so it is, I would say. And I think I woke up today and I immediately I saw a message from the friend of mine, and we were talking about work a little bit, and then the rest of the day everything was related maybe to work, to communication with the friends, but everything that was happening, it was within communication and interaction with the other people. No matter if you talk about work, or maybe it was something personal, or maybe kind of preparation, it doesn't matter. Everything about communication was going on today. And so I wouldn't say that today is a really great day, because everything going on a bit hectic and everything in chaos, and I feel a little bit pressure, and I also feel that I don't have enough time. And I noticed that, for example, when I'm with myself, it's fine, but to feel and to be centered within the chaos that you see outside, it's still a challenge for me. That's what I noticed today, for example, because when you need, I think it's a challenge. It's really challenging to be centered, to know you're centered, to understand who you are, and to feel fine within communication with the other people, but also when everything is that around you in a pure chaos. And to stay with yourself might be, because when we talk to other people, we may involve in this communication, in this dialogue or whatever, and sometimes we can lose ourselves in this communication or work or whatever. We can just dive and just ignore totally who we are. But for me, as the person who try to be connected as much as I can, and because this it's related also to my work, this is related to my lifestyle, okay? And to be centered within the chaos that you see, and also within the communication with the other people, to stay who you are no matter what, and by involving in communication with the other people, still being you and still being centered and focused on yourself. So that's what I noticed, that it's a little bit challenge for me. However, I think now lots of people are just passing me by and I don't care. That's good. That's good. But just because I couldn't really balance between me and other people, other things, so I couldn't balance within this communication and interaction. That's why I couldn't manage lots of things to do today, and I need to postpone them for tomorrow. So let's see. But the good side, that, for example, yesterday I couldn't solve some sort of problem, and I needed to communicate in order to solve this problem. And yesterday I couldn't solve this problem, and yesterday it was kind of a bad situation for me, but today I actually solved it, and it was way better than I thought. So in the end, this situation is solved totally, and even with a kind of benefit for me. So it was interesting, I would say. So if you have some kind of dialogue, or maybe you have some interaction with the other people, or maybe you need to talk about projects or maybe some documents, and you need to discuss it with the people, use Wednesday is great for that, for kind of arrangement, for I don't know. So Tuesday to work, just do as much as you can, and then Wednesday start to talk. And I also felt that Wednesday reminds me kind of lunchtime, when we compare, for example, a day, which part of the day is Wednesday. And for me, Wednesday reminds me kind of lunchtime, lunch break, or maybe a coffee break when you have a work and then you just go for a coffee, for example. So yeah, and it's interesting because usually when you work and then you go for a coffee, you kind of in contact with a lot of people around you. It is also fine. And I think Wednesday also reminds me kind of joy, and also kind of chaos, I would say, but in a good way. It could be also in a bad way, because chaos is not always a good thing. It's, sometimes also it's a bad thing because it can destroy you. So yes, I think it's Wednesday, and it's also great that after that I will go just to dance salsa, and I will be in contact with much more people. So let's see how I'm gonna feel by the end of the day. So I already home after dancing salsa, and I think it's already 11 p.m. and I ate matcha cookie randomly. I think it's always great to eat something sweet after dancing salsa a few hours. Amazing feeling. And what I wanted to say, definitely interesting day I had, and also by dancing salsa I can also feel always about my body reaction, because for example when I'm lack of grounding I have really problems with the steps and I lose the balance, and also when I have problem with the balance in life, then I also lose balance. When I'm thinking a lot, for example, then I'm stuck with the steps and I'm started thinking instead of feeling. So dance and salsa is always for me the moment when I can explore how my body feels in that moment of dancing, and in that moment of day or week or months or whatever. And today was interesting because with the with some people I felt amazing, and these dances was really great. But with some people I had spinning in my head, for example. With some people I kind of lost the balance, and with some people I felt like stuck. With some people I felt like the song is just, I don't know, it doesn't finish, and I wanted to finish faster just because there was no feeling in it. And it was interesting because before I didn't feel that the difference, because usually it always kind of the same. If I have a problems with the grounding, the whole evening it's gonna be like this when I mix my steps. But today every dance was different, and it was really interesting process. And then after that I had a walk um, with my friend, with my close friend, and we were talking about this day, and we talked that this day was really active and so many things was today. And she, for example, she felt really being on time, and she could do so many things today, which was great. And she was in the same time so focused. And from the other side, that was me, and it was also active day, but I couldn't manage to be as focused as I wanted. But anyway, that was a great day. I met so many people today. I also reflected about communication with people, about life, and also about this challenge, because we're kind of in the middle of challenge, I would say, kind of, because 3 days already in the past, and tomorrow is already Thursday, and Thursday feels for me like expansion and scaling. But I don't know yet what about is that. Like, I don't have tomorrow any plans to scale something. It would be also about meetings, I think, and some projects, but scaling, expansion, I don't know. But some sort of feelings about Thursday give me this taste of expansion, scaling projects, or like big ideas, and trying to do something. These big ideas, trying to integrate or implement them, like embody also. But let's see, it's still just like a feeling, but I cannot really find now proper understanding about my plans for tomorrow, because I still need to finish my working tasks, for example, and I also have calls with my students, for example, and I cannot really mix this, my feeling about my life, and feelings, like intuitive feelings about Thursday in general. But let's see. Let's see tomorrow when I wake up, and I hope I wake up early enough so I can finish everything. So that's it. Let's make a short overview about Wednesday. Wednesday, as I felt, Wednesday is great for communication with the people. If you have some problems in communication, try to do or solve some problems or communicate with people on Wednesday. It worked. Somehow for me it worked, because yesterday I couldn't manage that, but today, yes. But from other side, communication should be clear, and you also need to understand what you really want, because if you don't understand yourself and you don't understand what you really want, then maybe you have ability, not you have ability, maybe there's a chance of misunderstanding, because we always have this polarity, when from the other side can be plus, and from the other side, let's say, it could be minus. So from other side, it's a great day for communication. From the other side could be also, of course, misunderstanding, especially when you don't understand what you want, or maybe when you, for example, people pleas how we call, doesn't matter, forget, I already tired. It's also a great day for some travels. Doesn't matter if it's the short travels, or maybe it long, maybe have a flights, for example, Wednesday also could be good. It's a great day to be active, to stay active, and it's a not great day to be lazy, to postpone some things, because it's the big chance just to do nothing in the end, and postponing for Thursday. I think I'm gonna do by the end of the week a general overview with my whole insights and kind of recommendation for whole day, because I'm in the middle of the experiment. But here's also some small tip for you: when you live some kind of experience, you are not able really to reflect on this experience. First you live experience, and after that you usually have ability to reflect on what you lived, and how this experience influence on you. So I think by the end of the week, maybe Sunday or maybe already on Monday, I don't know, I'm gonna just sit and I will write some notes probably, and I will share with you in the end which day was what each day meant for me, and maybe I'm gonna give you some recommendation after the week. Let's see, but this idea came to my mind today. Have a good night, and see you tomorrow. I have to tell the truth that I failed my experiment, because we have a new week already. So I passed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I kept everything recorded. I wrote my notes, and I also, after the week, I did some kind of research, what is written actually by some people, the meaning of the day. So I well prepared, and I will do right now a shortly overview about the past week, about going with the flow, going with the week. So on Thursday I was really busy, but also just because I didn't finish everything I wanted on Wednesday, I needed to move this task to Thursday, so it was a kind of double task. And I think I started working around 9 in the morning, and then I finished working around 10 p.m., something like that. And in between, of course, I had my lunch, maybe coffee, or I think I also had some meetings, but just because they moved from Wednesday to Thursday. And here was my also insight that going with the flow during the week is a great thing, but if you missed already something, if you postponed something, doesn't matter what, it creates kind of overlapping, and then it's going to be a little bit more difficult. And also, if you have so many tasks during the day, like a working task, it's also a bit difficult to go in with the flow, because the sound of the day, like the sound of the energy of the day, feels like it's going on the background, but it still influences you. And I would say I remember this feeling about Thursday, and I think Thursday is always interesting for me because it always expansion things. I'm always going beyond of something. And for example, on Thursday evening, I had a call with I call students, let's say, because I also have a projects where when I teach people how to use the psychic abilities and how to do channeling. And when I always have some calls with my student on Thursday, I always go beyond what I know, what I already experience, and it creates a new experience. It creates a new level of depth also, because my work is related to depth. So Thursday was quite interesting for me from many perspectives. Of course, I was working a lot, and this overlapping from Wednesday and then Thursday together, it was also a little bit hectic, I would say. But in the end, Thursday was about expansion, also luck, also interesting sides of my life. And when I'm reflecting right now in my life, and usually on my Thursdays, this day is always about death for me. And it's a combination between inner world and outer world. It's the balance between these two, but also it's exploring something new. So it's not an adventure direction goes, but exploring means opening something that was closed before. And I think it's in general great day. Lots of energy there, potential energy there. It feels more male energy for me, honestly. But it feels like on Thursday there's so much potential in that day, and we can use it in order to expand ourselves, and maybe expand our work, and maybe to start something great, new, or maybe new idea, new project that just much bigger than we know about our work, our job, ourselves, whatever. I think it's also great, what I felt, it's a great day actually for manifesting, for setting intention goals, because the whole day brings kind of the feelings of the luck that you can do everything. It gives you like this lots of potential energy, and you can use it to embody something. That was great. And then, but anyway, I was so tired, so this this started to influence me actually, this hectic Thursday when everything was together, some tasks from Wednesday, then Thursday, and on Friday I was already tired actually. And just because on Friday I also needed to work actually, and I also started in the morning and then I finished in the evening. So 2 days was extremely working days for me, really hard, and I was tired. I would be honest with you, I was tired by the end of the Friday. And then on Friday I felt actually disconnection. Why disconnection? Because Friday, like I know Friday is a Venus day, right? And Friday feels also like you know, when you finish your working day and you know that you can go to have a dinner with a friend, so maybe you can go home and chill, but it feels like you've done your work. Now you can just chill, you can relax, you can enjoy your life, you know? It felt like this. And it's interesting, I remember that I say to you that Wednesday feels for me like a lunch break, or when you communicate also with the people, or coffee break, when you can chat with somebody, or maybe it could be like a conference, something like that. Then Thursday feels like this, the second part of working day, when you maybe start something new. maybe you expand already what you started before. And then Friday feels like the end of the working day when you say like, oh, finally, woohoo, Feierabend. Yeah, so it feels like we finally can celebrate the life and we can enjoy life. And this joy is very, and joy and pleasure and beauty and aesthetics there. And I also feel that Friday is actually has this more female energy, to be honest, and it's everywhere. And I remember also it was not this Friday, because I mean that Friday was kind of out of my connection because I had to do my work. But if I would have a free schedule, for example, I'm gonna for sure wear a beautiful outfit. Maybe I would go with someone for coffee, maybe for dinner, maybe have a meeting with my friends or maybe girls evening, something like that. It would be for sure like this, because we kind of want to feel this relief, pleasure, beauty of life. And it can relate, it can be related of course to something visual, that what we actually see, but it's also about inner beauty, you know, inner blossom. I would also use this word, when you can feel freedom within you, around you. Yeah, but what I know is interesting, then Friday I was busy, and then I felt that this background energy, like the core energy of the day, it started to be connected with some other priorities that I had, for example, work, and it created overlapping thing, like background music of energy of the Friday, then plus some working tasks that I had to finish, then plus my personal transition, because I stopped working with my previous audience, which was Ukrainian, because my first language is Ukrainian, and I spent 3 years working and talking in Ukrainian language, and now I'm doing this transition. So I finished the chapter. I deleted some channels, for example, or some videos or any resources, whatever. So it feels like I'm also letting go something. And that's why this energy transition overlapped also these two tasks before, like the core of the energy of the Friday, then working task, then own my transition. And then I felt, okay, I'm tired. And I remember I couldn't really move, and I was so tired by the end of the day, and I just went sleepy. That was my Friday. But if you ask me what if I would have a chance to do something else, what I would do, I would say I would probably go dancing, or maybe just enjoy the life, you know, just dressed up, a beautiful dress, female energy, maybe high heels, but in Berlin it's like, I think I can wear also in Berlin high heels, doesn't matter, but it felt like you want to move with the flow, like a river, like a water. Also, it's a beautiful day. I think I like actually Fridays always. It gives the feeling that the body comes. Just take a moment, enjoy. It also feels like the beginning of the party. You are not in the middle of the party. You are not the end when everybody is already exhausted and tired and planning to leave. It's like the feeling that you start in a party where lots of joy, beautiful people around, kind of festive things. It's beautiful. I love Fridays in general. So if you have a chance actually to spend some time for yourself on Fridays that related to the beauty, to the pleasure, to the joy, maybe dance. Oh, I would also say something creative. Something creative, but also something that related to the female energy. That is great, I think, on Friday. Something that, and when we talk about sports, for example, I would pick something like stretching, for example, or kind of dance class or whatever, or maybe also yoga flow, something like this, just to show that life is a flow and you need to move with the flow. Because when you ask about what type of sports I can recommend on Tuesday, I would say, I don't know, like really something intensive training where so much male energy in it when you push the limits. But on Friday, guys, let's just celebrate Friday. Let's just be in flow. Let's just explore this flow of life, and it's cool. Yes, so my Friday, I would not, I would say that my Friday was not that perfect and it was not really aligned with the energy. And I tried to be with the flow, but I still had some priorities. And I realized that, of course, when you have a different priorities, when you're disconnected a little bit, I would not say that I'm totally disconnected from myself, but I was a little bit disconnected from my energy just because I had a different another priorities in life, and that's why Friday felt a little bit not great. On Saturday, that was interesting. The next day, I felt even worse. So just because of this transition that I'm letting go the old chapter of my life, I felt this inner transition within me, and I felt that one part of me is literally dying, and then another one is just. And this letting go process creates a new space for everything, for something new. And I felt also a new potential energy within me, and this feeling was so visible, and I could really feel it. And I think, yes, and I slept on Saturday during the midday, I think 4 or 5 hours. I was just like completely off. I was just out of, I don't know. I think I woke up already tired, and then I was tired, but it felt not exhausting moment. It felt like my body needs some time to reset, to change the core of the energy, to let some parts of me to die, to disappear, and to have some time when the new energy is creating within me. And also you feel like whole your body started to feel a new kind of energy, and you feel so much potential in you. So it was my Saturday, and this transition was my priority number one. So this background music of Saturday energy was kind of a really background music, and I barely could listen it. But when I tried to connect it to the energy of the day, I felt it's a really great day actually for organizing things, for sorting things, also to let go something. It was great. For cleaning, also good actually. Yeah, cleaning, because it's the part of organizing things and letting go of things and make everything clear, clear. But this clear can mean like physically when you clean your flat, house, room, whatever. Or maybe you make an order within your phone, or maybe you bring clarity to your head, when something becomes visible and clear for you and you understand it right now. So I think Saturday is great for you. I would also add self-reflection is also great, but I remember that on Monday I told that Monday is a great day to be with ourselves, with our core, to understand what we like, what we don't like, what we want, maybe set an intention for the upcoming week. And Saturday, I think if we say Saturday self-reflection, it's more about results that what we've done this week, what was happening during the week. So make a kind of conclusion to sum up something. I think Saturday was really great. And as I would say that, well, yes, I was connected to the energy of the Saturday, because still I was in this process of letting go. But it was not something that I really expected, because I planned to do something else. But instead of doing something else that I planned, why I do this? Because what I planned is probably was from my head. But this inner process, it was just like within me, in me. So it was also fine. But on Saturday, I was just like dead, just was in the bed 5 hours. And before I just ate, I remember something, and I was on the sofa. And then after I woke up, I actually had I went outside for walking. It was great walking, I would say. It was really a refreshing moment for me. On Sunday, I had a birthday of my friend, and it was cool because it was a great coincidence, I call, but I have so much coincidence in my life, so I don't really believe in a coincidence. Everything is, I instead of coincidence, I would like to use the word synchronicity, because everything is just synchronized. Everything, there's no coincidence, because coincidence is something that happened just once, maybe okay twice, but when you see so much coincidences in your life, like every day, you start seeing this not just luck or coincidence, but kind of synchronicity. You, space, people, and it looks really perfect, Jess, okay? So on Sunday, a friend of mine, she has birthday, and it was also full moon. It was the second full moon in the month, during the 1 month, which is also a rare thing. So we have also little overlapping, because we had Sunday, we had the energy of this day, but also we had energy of the full moon. And this video is not about full moon, so I will stick to the energy of the day. But anyway, this overlapping was anyway synchronized. I wish I had some little bit more time for me in terms of a full moon, because by the end of the day I had a huge headache, and I understand that I just needed time for me, and just because I didn't have enough time for me, it created tension and a little bit pressure, and also thoughts, so many in my head, and as a result I had a headache. I would also say, so you can understand, that my body, for example, if I have something in my life related to health, it's mostly just because of psychosomatic. So when I think I can have a headache, for example, or is it pressure, tension, there's also could be a headache, but it could be different. But I knew what was happening, so I was just also tired, and this part of the day I didn't like. But the good part of the Sunday was actually a birthday of my friend, and it was cool because it looked it not just look, it was literally a festival with different activities. And Sunday, it's obvious, okay? Sunday, it's a day of the sun, like really obvious, okay? And it's a great day to celebrate life. It's a great day to be outside, to enjoy, just not to spend this day by yourself, but also find time to spend this day with somebody else, and also enjoying life, and enjoying sun, nature also, and also kind of doing this festival about day, I would say, about life, because it's Sunday. And I think it's also great to shine. It's also a good day for identity part, because Monday feels like lots of going on around inner world, but Sunday is more about identity. And like, for example, in astrology, we have also sun sign and we have a moon sign. And sun sign is our identity, who we are as a human, how we show up. There could be also a rising sign, but it doesn't matter. Let's stick to the sun sign. And moon sign represents our inner world, feelings, emotion, what's under this idea, what is behind this identity. So Sunday feels like, yeah, we want to be in the center, we want to shine, we want to, I don't know, we want to just be somewhere else. And it's not a great day, actually, to hide, to refuse doing something, to avoid people, the beauty of this life. So I would say Sunday was great in terms that I was really outside. I spent this day among people, and we had this festival where we did so many different activities. And for example, my part, what I organized, we were doing candles and they were related to the full moon. And it was a candle about, there was the two options actually, or we let go something or we set an intention, because if you know, the full moon is also a great moment to set it intention, because we have so much energy, you know, and we can use it as a big push to do something. So I would say that Sunday anyway was a line, even if it was not really planned, and our festival went a little bit longer than I expected, I would be honest, but anyway, it was great, it was cool. And I also needed some time just to come there, to settle down, to be there, to be present, and then everything went really nice. So yes, this is the whole week. And by the Sunday, I actually realized that if we have problems with food, with the sleep, with rest, then we started to be disconnected from the flow of the life. This is for sure, because lack of sleep on Friday, on Saturday, on Saturday I slept a lot, that's true, but lack of the sleep started to make me slow, and I started to be disconnected from the energy around me, and I started to be more focused on some priorities that I needed to do, that I needed to finish, because I didn't have so much energy. So I needed really to organize, and I also needed to have my priorities, so I actually do something instead of just lying on my couch. So I also, I know that the lifestyle is important, and when people, for example, go sleeping, it's important how much they sleep, how many times they sleep. It's also important, I would say. So not just I would say, so it's true, because lack of sleep influence your inner state during the day, and this can influence on your work, on your communication, also it can influence the connection with the friends or partners or colleagues or whatever. I also noticed that every time, it's out of topic, but just to tell you about this regime, that usually when I'm hungry, when I'm tired, I become angry a bit. I become sad, angry, and I started complaining about everything in this world. And then I realized every time, okay, I just need to eat and I need to sleep. That's it. And when I go after that eating and then go straight to the bed and then wake up in the morning and I think, okay, life is cool, life is beautiful, let's live this life. So I know that without right lifestyle, but right, I mean what is aligned to you and what is aligned to your true nature, because for some people, they love to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm not that person. I'm not that kind of person. And for me, I'm gonna struggle if I'm gonna wake up every morning at 5 a.m. I tried so many times, but I never succeeded in it. And I'm not gonna even try this. I can try it, but I know just my true nature. And for some people, it's good. It's great to wake up around 7, maybe 8, maybe 9. It doesn't matter. What is matter, how you feel within your day, how you feel, how your body feels. That's what important. And when we miss something that is basic for us in a daily life, then it's gonna influence work, life, relationship, connection, hobby, basically everything. And it's the point when we started to be disconnected from ourselves, first of all, and from the world, because what is inside, that is actually outside. The second part of this video, I'm gonna read some of my notes that I wrote, that I found actually in the internet about each day, and I'm gonna compare it what I felt, and maybe I will add also some comments.